It's here, it's finally here. We've gotten speculations, rumors, that this would be our rotation coming up for the 2023 Pokemon TCG era. And well, we finally have confirmation that the rotation will happen on April 14th, 2023. Almost a full year after when rotation normally happens. Usually the Pokemon TCG rotation happens directly after the World Championships, or right around it in August, making this probably one of the longest formats we've had without rotating cards. Now, the standard format rotation for the 2023 season will go into play on April 14th, 2023, which marks potentially a trend. Maybe next year for 2024, it'll be around the same time. So let's read through this article. During every Championship Series season, Pokemon Organized Play removes older expansions from competition in the standard format with the goal of maintaining a healthy competitive environment. Cool. This rotation challenges existing players to create new strategies and enables new players to get involved and play Pokemon events using the most recent releases. Yep, absolutely banger. So, as briefly mentioned in April 2021, which there was an article talking about how regulation marks would be our future for rotation. If you guys didn't see that way back in 2021, I know it was a height pandemic and people weren't really paying attention because we didn't have any tournaments. But they did mention briefly that these regulation marks would be our new way of rotating moving forward. And so in April 2021, they did mention that the deregulation mark would no longer be available for play, and E and F will still be legal. Now, because of how long it took, there was some speculation that D and E could both be gone, leaving us with only F and the potential G with Scarlet and Violet coming up. But that's few too many cards because the deregulation block is pretty much Vivid Voltage in every set before that to Sword and Shield base. So we'd be losing, I don't know, like 4 sets right there, 5 sets right there, and then E is a couple more sets in the intermediary. A card's legality status is no longer based on which expansion it's from. Even if a card is from a recently released expansion, players will still need to refer to that regulation mark on the bottom card to see whether the card is legal for play. New cards still must follow the appropriate waiting period to become tournament legal, which is typically 2 weeks after release. Now, the standard format rotation will go on April 14th, 2023, which, if you are a competitive player, you know that times up, or that timing lines up with the European International Championships happening in London in the 2023 season. So that's a perfect indicator that they had already planned this because, well, Scarlet Violet base will be coming out on March 30th, 31st, whenever that weekend, leaving the 2-week window perfectly viable for April 14th to be the first big showcase for our star players, unfortunately myself, to go overseas and show off this new rotation. Have to play in a completely new format, losing all of these important cards. Now, I talked about a lot of cards that are already gone in a different video if you guys want to check it out. I did it 2 days ago. I don't want to rehash it. I want to keep this one quick for you guys. And we'll do a more in-depth rotation look probably in a week or so. But there's a lot of cards that are leaving the format, mostly VMAX, a lot of important VMAXs, Zacian, Quick Ball, Scoop Up Net, Air Balloon, some of the more important ones. Morny is one of the bigger ones that people don't really like. So a lot of these cards are leaving the format. Sayonara, adios, goodbye. Yeah, so you get 2 weeks on. This is also interesting. It says for digital play on Pokemon TCG Live, meaning maybe this is when PTCGO gets sunset. Who knows? No mention of PTCGO is a little bit sus, but yeah. Older versions that don't have a regulation mark can still be used if the card is currently legal for play. So yeah, so same with Rare Candies, Boss's Orders, Research, whatever. You can use your favorite art as long as it has the same text. Expanded has nothing being touched to it, but I don't believe we'll have any expanded tournaments for quite a while. Because there's probably things that need to be banned on the expanded list that just haven't been touched. And then we have the tool card errata, if you guys are not familiar with it. I mentioned it a couple days ago, but now there will be a 4th category of trainer cards, Pokemon Tool. So now Pokemon Tools will act as an individual category like stadiums and supporters have been, as opposed to items. So now this card cannot be searched by things like Irida that just gets another item, or Volkner that gets an item, or the Mew that looks at the top 6 and gets an item. It's now a tool. It's something completely different. It's a different category, which means it can be played under item lock, all that kind of good jazz. And this is retroactively going to work on all tool cards from this date. So like on April 14th, every single tool card before this and after this will be a tool card and not a item card. So it's a big rule change to the way the game is going to be played, and we're going to see how it goes. Like, for example, it says here Pokestop, the player would no longer put the tool under their hand, or if Vikavolt Paralyzing Bolts used, they can still play tool cards. So I hope I kept this one quick, guys. Don't want to get too into it, but this is rotation. It's going to be happening. I hope you guys are excited. April 14th, I'll be over there at UIC playing my heart out, hopefully do well, and show you guys how this rotation goes. So peace out, guys. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton. Peace out.